When you think about the greatest songwriting duos of all time, there is no equal to Miss Shelley, Cameraman Dave, and their world-changing hit, Reduce, Reuse, Recycle. This classic track that covers the importance of helping our planet was a game-changer when it was released. Tonight on Behind the Song, we are going to learn the story behind a modern masterpiece.
It was a wild time. We were riding high off our first hit, the Miss Shelley Science Show theme song.
We were number 1 on the jingle chart and number 1 on the songs under 15-second chart. But surprisingly, we didn't do very well on TikTok.
I'm not gonna lie, the pressure was really mounting on us to write another hit, and I just wasn't finding any inspiration.
We knew we needed to write something we were passionate about, and one of my passions is recycling.
And even though I was 35 years old and had been married to Miss Shelley for 5 years, I had literally never heard of recycling. It was time for me to take a trip back to school.
In order to set the scene, I gave Cameraman Dave some background on how humans change their environment to fit their needs. And sometimes those changes are bad. From polluting the air to littering on the ground, cutting down trees and paving over land to make roads, humans have had negative effects on our environment, but there are ways we can help. Then I hit him with some real knowledge, the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle.
My mind was blown. I love the letter R, I love acronyms, I love little ways that I can help the planet. Needless to say, I was excited.
The lyrics just flowed from us from that point on. We talked about reducing the amount of resources we use, reusing items to their full potential, and recycling instead of throwing away things so they don't end up in landfills.
Also, Miss Shelley taught me that we don't want to wish cycle. That's when we put something in recycling that can't be recycled, so then it just ends up in a landfill. So I took all the great information that Miss Shelley taught me, laid down some tasty tracks, and I knew we had another hit on our hands.
Why don't we stop talking about it and listen to our hit song, Reduce, Reuse, Recycle.
Let's talk about what you can do to reduce the waste you produce. When you go to the grocery store, bring your own bags and don't buy more food than you need so you can save. You won't have to throw anything away. Reduce, reuse, recycle, that is how we'll make a difference, and it's small steps that make giant change. And let's talk about our number 2. Here's some things that you can reuse. When you finish that bottle, don't throw it away. Fill it up and use it another day. Instead of always buying something new, hold on to those old clothes, hats, and shoes. Reduce, reuse, recycle, that is how we'll make a difference, and it's small steps that make giant change. The last star is recycling. Won't you all save the planet with me? Paper, plastic, aluminum cans, and don't forget your cardboards and glass. Reduce, reuse, recycle, how we'll make a difference. Reduce, reuse, recycle,